Welcome to Sympathize Your Weekly Podcast on Everything Disability. With us this evening, as every week, is Amy, Tim, and David. So, how has our week been?
Yeah, well, I've been good. I've been good. Yourself, Jonathan? I hope all is well. How about you guys? How are you going, Tim?
Yeah, I'm all right. Studying, knocking assignments out, the usual. How are you guys
Right.
been?
Oh, well, I'm doing all right. Going to the gym, trying to keep myself active, trying to trying to stay safe.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's getting around.
Aren't we all? Aren't we
Yeah.
all? No, it's good stuff, good stuff. So, Timothy, what are we going to be talking about today?
Tonight we're going to be talking about the NDIS reforms that have been going on. So I think a good person to kick us off will probably be Jonathan, because you know a bit more about this than myself.
Oh, yeah.
So basically, this week the government announced a range of reforms they want to introduce to the NDIS. Most of them are okay, but one in particular is a bit controversial in the disability community. It's called independent assessment. I guess the best way to describe it is for people on the disability support person, how the regular medical assessment basically the government wants to do replicate that for the NDIS.
Cool, cool. Just before we do move on, just to keep David up to tabs. So, David, an article has been shared which talks about the NDIS. The key points: the new reforms follow an independent review of the NDIS last year. Advocates say enacting the review's recommendations will make the scheme easier to access. And also 100,000 New participants have signed up to the NDIS in the past 12 months. Look, it's good that the NDIS is out there and that people are able to get, I guess, access the services. But in saying that, Timothy, do you wanna start us off?
Yeah, in reading through the ABC article about the reforms, something that strikes me is the fact that what does it say here? Sorry, need to adjust my glasses. 400,000 Australians, I believe, out of the 4.4 million Australians living with disability. Only 400,000 were enrolled in or signed up to the NDIS prior to these reforms. So that already says there's an underlying level of lack of planning and competency by the look of it. So, although the changes look good, how do we know that those are going to get delivered properly? Like, how do we know they're going to actually meet their promises?
Yep, true. True. And also, it goes, an independent review of the NDIS last year made 29 recommendations, which the government has announced in supporting either wholly or in principle. 29 recommendations. Well, it's good to see that I guess the NDIS is improving in some way. But there are still a lot of people out there, people with disability are unable to access the NDIS.
Yeah, exactly. And people like myself who have conditions that don't fit boxes, it's quite a task to find support and actually get it through the NDIS. So, in one positive, the broadening of criteria that makes you eligible, that's definitely a positive thing, and I'd like to see them implement that, and I hope it gets implemented properly because it has the potential to help those other Australians who aren't signed on, the other 4 million of us at least. So, yeah, it really comes down to a matter of how they go about implementing the recommendations that were made.
Yeah, cool. And also, for the viewers, if anybody has any questions they want to ask, feel free to type it up in the chat, and we'll be happy to, I guess, discuss what we can. David, what are your thoughts on the NDIS? David, are you still with us? Looks like he's dozed off. No, it's all good. We'll come back to David once he wakes up. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Someone's had a long day.
No.
So, Jonathan, tell us.
No. The way this article is written is it's trying to say that the independent assessment will help tailor support to participants, but the concern I have is we're at the beginning of a recession, and the government is looking to save money on the NDIS. To me, there's economic motive of limiting eligibility to the scheme. It's actually not about improving the scheme, but making it more difficult to access. Sorry for getting political, but
Yeah,
that's my view.
yeah, true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't blame you for getting political. I wouldn't even really call it being political. The truth is, the government is behind what services and funds are allocated to the NDIS. So it is unfortunately something that does become politicized because it's being controlled by a government.
yeah, true.
I'm
But right now, I think more people should be allowed to access the NDIS. A lot of people are being left behind, and it still needs to be improved. Oh, good. I believe David's back with us.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, how's it going, David?
I'm fine.
So tell us, how's the NDIS worked out for you?
You know what? NDIS is doing better than without it. It's given us more control.
Oh yeah, yeah. How's it helped you, but
Has it helped me?
yeah.
I've been able to get things that I need.
Oh yeah. No, it's like has it improved over the year?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you find that
I think. See, at first people didn't understand. Even the people that worked at the NDIS didn't understand how NDIS works. Now people understand it.
yeah, because from what I heard, the NDI A planners taking more control with the reviewing of the plan. Is that correct?
The
NDI planners themselves, rather than going to the LIC. Is that correct, Timothy?
I'm not entirely sure. Sorry.
I think it's been
That
updated.
cool
But
or
we can always look into it. I mean,
yeah, we can look into that.
but if that's the case, it's I guess it's more. I guess more reliant for those that are accessing the NDIS. Because rather than going to the LHC, then going to the NDIA planners, they go directly to the NDIA planners.
it's better than being pushed around too many times.
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah,
can
true.
you can
And
get
it's always
straight
that-
to the people that make the decisions.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, it's good. It's good. And for Timothy, you're saying that you can't access the NDIS, yeah? Because
Yes,
you
like
don't fit in the category.
yeah, because I don't fit the box. I've tried to apply in the past and I've been turned down because I don't have a condition that fits the box. So if they are genuinely broadening the scope of conditions that they accept, then it has the potential to help a lot more people. But as I say, it all goes back to the delivery of that and how the organization itself is structured in order to deliver those services. From what I gather, last time I checked, there was only, I think, 3,000 something employees at the NDIA itself to service the whole of Australia. So, if they are planning on rolling out these recommendations, you'd want to hope they're employing more staff to meet those targets. Otherwise, it's going to be a very slowed down system, more so than what it currently is reported to be.
Hey, Tim, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Have you tried getting an OT to fill out your thing?
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to get some help from one of my OT lecturers. So I'm gonna have her write up a functional assessment for me, and then we'll try again. But she's got a lot on her plate on the moment, keeping clients out of hospital because of the pandemic. So I have had to put that on the back burner. But yeah, hopefully I'll try again. But
because that's your most that's your best bet.
yeah, I'll give that a go. And when these changes come about, or whenever they look at implementing them, I think they're looking at next year or something. But yeah.
Yeah, but Tim, can you we'll just refresh my mind on this. The NDIS, I believe, was rolled out to support people with a disability. Is that correct?
Yes.
And then you fall into that category as a person with a disability.
Yeah, exactly, and that's
I've got a friend. She's got a disability and she can get the disability pension, but she can't get the NDIS.
See, this is the part that confuses me because why is there such a process when they made it clear to us that the NDIS is all about supporting people with a disability? And then further years down the track, we're still trying to get more people onto the NDIS, more people who have a disability, but is not being recognized, and therefore they can't have access to the NDIS. But the NDIS at the same time is there to support people with disability. It doesn't make sense. It makes no sense.
Yeah, exactly, and that's where it ties back to being a political thing because the government obviously wants to save money, and if they have a limited amount of people using a service, that means it's less money they have to pay. That's why I think there's been such little encouragement or opportunity for people to have access to it because they're purposefully trying to set that money aside for other things. I think when this all unfolded, the pandemic that is, it was revealed there was like $60 billion left unspent somewhere in the budget that could have been distributed to the Australian economy so much better, and not just the economy in general, but disability sectors. But, they chose to hold on to that, so that says a lot about why we are in this situation.
Why is it not choosing to technical? What wasn't the whole idea of increasing the Medicare led me to find NDIS to prevent a situation like we're in now. It appears to me that the liberals squandered that money chasing a surplus instead of adequately resourcing our scheme.
I've got a question. What
Yeah.
categories can you fit in?
So I think that's just to you, Timothy.
Off the top of my head, there's like the main conditions are like musculoskeletal ones. So, for instance, if you've got like limb deficiencies, like muscle wasting disorders, there's like neurological conditions, so like cerebral palsy, stroke, any sort of like condition affecting like the nervous system. They're like very medical sort of things, like you have to fit pretty much.
Isn't there a way of having them get to change the labels of and add a broader one?
Yeah, I think that's what they were looking at doing, like assessing people on a case-by-case basis, which is how it should have been done originally. But yeah, understanding that there are conditions out there. For instance, you have like really rare conditions that can disable people quite severely, and you have people who aren't on the NDIS because that condition isn't heard of, but you look at them and they're on ventilators or something, and they need really high needs equipment, and they don't have access to it because they don't have a condition that fits a box. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, we just got a comment from
I think
Natasha.
they should put a section where it's got other, and you can enter in what your disability is, and it can be assessed separately.
Yeah, that might be what they're doing. Well, if I learn how to do it in my course, it will be sure to let everyone know.
Me being studying IT and in computer programming, and I think that would work because everything's gone digital and all on computers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
start.
they will.
No, just before we continue, we got a comment from Natasha. So, hi, Natasha. I hope all is well. Thanks for listening in to the podcast, where we are talking about the changes in the NDIS.
Yeah, so if you have any questions about the NDIS or any comments, good or bad, we're more than happy to discuss them. Whoever wants to comment.
Yeah, feel free to share. So, yeah, David, you were saying that you were saying to Timothy, sorry, about changing his description on his label.
Yeah, the label of what his condition is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
If
but
it's
he
something,
wanted to do that
if
to
it's something
the.
very close to something else, label it as that and get if he can, if he's allowed to.
Yeah, but I guess I don't know, is that ethical?
And I think there's like legal problems with that, but under these new changes, hopefully people won't have to do that because I'm sure people out there who have done something of that matter, because when you need support, you'll do anything to get them. I haven't had to do that myself, but I'm sure people have.
Yeah. No, it's good stuff. It's good stuff.
I'm the only one who's cynical about the timing of announcing these reforms just before we enter recession. I mean, if this wasn't about funding, surely they would have announced these changes sooner. To me, it's just too much of a coincidence that one day they're announcing, oh no, we've entered recession, and then the next day they announce the quote unquote reforms.
Yeah, I agree. Without making any crazy theories about it, you just have to see how it pans out. But I think there's more to it than what the public is being told, almost certainly.
Yeah, it's no coincidence. The NDIS just keeps changing every now and then. Every 6 months, I believe there's always something that's changed and people are updated about it. Or people are left in the dark.
Well, the only way it's going to get better is by changing every 6 months, because they've got to do upgrades and get things updated. Because we're going to find problems all the time, and then they have to they have to fix them up. So by doing upgrades every 6 months.
Look, fair enough. They need to update and everything, but at least let the people know.
Yeah, like
let's people updated.
Yeah, let's not forget though, when the NDIS as a concept was started, it was originally trialed in the Australian Capital Territory, and I think this would have been early 2000s or something. But they trialed the model and it failed, and I'm surprised. Well, not really, because it's the Australian government, but that they took the failed program and just implemented it as is without having really made any changes to make sure it could cater to a whole entire nation and actually do so successfully.
It's like they went with trial and error.
Yeah. Well,
No,
I stand corrected. It wasn't like the NDIS. It was like a trial of the system, but like it was like an idea of what the format could be, and they didn't take anything positive from that and implement it. So it just goes to show how planned for people with disabilities are, especially by the government. Like the stuff in place to look after us, it's starting to exist, but it could be a lot better.
Yep. There's always room for improvement. But it's not with the people, especially the ones that actually use the NDIS.
Yeah, like it can, I'm not bagging it. It definitely has the potential to change lives, and I've seen it myself be a benefit to many of my friends and family. But like, it's just the process of accessing it and staying on it and making sure you're getting the right quality supports. It's so difficult.
Mm.
Well, this is just me speaking from a personal perspective. One reform the government should undertake is make it so providing services under aged care and NDIS gets paid at a similar rate because personally I'm in a situation now that the provider I had practically my whole life has decided to exit the NDIS because it's just not economically viable for them as a business to continue in both systems of NDIS my age. So to me, instead of the current government trying to introduce independent settlements, there are
Mm.
aggregate more pressing reforms they could implement, but that involves doing something the government never does and does listen to us, the participants.
Yeah. Well, so good. Wait. I guess for the NDIS, we want to put the people with disability first, then focus on the economic. Well, that's what I believe. It's but at this day and age, the government, I guess, is saving costs and then putting the people second. Would you agree with me on that, Tim?
Yeah, absolutely. And especially during the pandemic, it's only become more clear how the government views its vulnerable people in society, whether they're people with disabilities or people from low income backgrounds. It,
Yeah.
yeah, just any sort of stress really brings that to light.
It's all good.
Did you try calling me?
Yeah, David, you're back.
Yeah, did you try calling me?
Yeah, sorry about that. My hand slipped. Yeah, no, it's all good.
Oh, good. Are we live on here?
No, we're still here. We're still here.
Hmm?
Just one final point I want to make, and this is directly to Stu Roberts, the NDIS minister. If you want, I don't know if you will, but my point is society judges government on how they take care of the most vulnerable citizens of their nation. And to me, in the midst of a pandemic, this is the most illogical time to implement these reforms.
Yeah.
I know we're talking about changes more than a year away, but in these times of uncertainty, don't make the NDIS more difficult than it already is. So please reconsider.
Yes. Put the people first, then the economics last.
Yeah, exactly. And if you look after the people, well, the people will contribute back to the economy. You can't have an economy if all your citizens are dead, basically.
Yep. It's
That's what
Good point, Tim.
yeah, that's a very good point.
All right, well, leave it on that dark point. Shall we wrap up?
Yeah.
I would just say that dead people don't pay taxes.
Yeah, it is what it is, but yeah. No, all good. We'll get there.
So, thank you, everyone. And if you're watching this, comment on what you want us to talk about. Okay.
Yeah, so if you got any comments, put them down below. We'll look into it. Thank you, John.
You've been watching clips at your weekly podcast on everything disability. join us every week for more crypto.
Nice.